Buying a home is one of the most exciting milestones in life, in my opinion. But let's be honest, it can also feel like a maze. Between financing and inspections, closing, most buyers get overwhelmed with making all these mistakes and having it rack up in costs. But here's the thing, it doesn't have to be that way. In this video, I'm going to be breaking down the simple home buying process step by step, simplifying everything so you can go from dreaming about your new home to moving in stress-free, feeling confident. So stay tuned, because what you learn here could save you time, money, and a whole lot of headaches. What's up, everyone? My name is Jack Bouvier with the Bouvier Real Estate Group here with eXp Realty in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. If you have any questions about anything, feel free to reach out to me. My contact details are below with my phone number, email, and all my links to my website to get a value on your property or look at the properties. Anything, feel free to reach out and I'd be happy to connect with you. So why do you even care to understand this process? Well, if you want to avoid costly mistakes, not knowing the process can lead to missed opportunities or spending a lot more than necessary. Example, buyers who skip that pre-approval process often lose out on a lot of competitive offers. It also just empowers you to make informed decisions. When you understand the process, you take control. And also it just smoothens out and reduces the stress of the whole journey. By knowing what to expect, you're going to reduce stress, like I said, and avoid any surprises. So here is the step-by-step home buying process. Step 1. Financial preparation. Assess your budget. Review your income, expenses, savings, and aim to have an emergency fund equal to at least 3 to 6 months of expenses after your down payment. Also, get pre-approved for a mortgage. This shows sellers that you're serious and it helps you understand your purchasing power, gives you more confidence in actually being able to make offers on properties. Quite honestly, a pre-approval is like having a golden ticket in today's competitive market. The next step is to find the right realtor for you. Choose someone who understands your needs, knows the market conditions, and knows your goals and what you're aiming towards. Why does it matter to work with a realtor? Well, a good realtor not only just finds you a home, but also advocates for you during negotiations. They're a crucial part towards buying your house, so you don't overpay and you don't miss out on any properties. It's always important as well that your real estate agent sits down and actually has a meeting with you. You interview your real estate agent and they go through their process about how they can help you find a house, whether you're an investor or a buyer, so you know exactly what they're going to do and they know exactly what you're looking for so they can best serve you. Just don't work with a real estate agent that's going to be sending you properties automatic through their email and not actually have a meeting with you to understand your preferences and goals. Step number 3 is define your must-haves. Identify what is most important to you: location, size, layout, amenities, features of the total house, neighborhood, etc. Example, a young couple prioritizes the schools that are close by, where an investor is going to see the rental income potential. Step number 4, use a mix of online searches, open houses, realtor recommendations. Stay flexible but focused on having those must-haves that you're looking for in your property. Step number 5 is making an offer. Your real estate agent should provide you a comparative market analysis on every single property that you offer on, so you feel confident knowing the true value of that home, because some sellers like to overprice their home or drastically underprice their home to create a bidding war. So you want to know when you're offering on that home, your buyer's real estate agent is going to provide you that market analysis so you feel confident knowing exactly what to offer and that home's true value. And when you're making that offer, make sure you include the proper contingencies. Every property is going to be different and every property is going to have its own set of contingencies. You're going to want to include the more common ones like inspections and financial approvals, but there's a whole lot of others, like you can do a mechanical inspection of the furnace, checking the gas line if you're going to want to be building on the garage, making sure that the well is properly in good condition if you're going to be buying an acreage. So all those factors and contingencies are going to want to be thoroughly checked out to protect yourself. Another pro tip is that if you are in a competitive market situation and you're competing with multiple people on offers, write a personalized letter to that seller. Why do you like that property so much? Why are you looking looking to buy it, every property has an emotional connection to it, where I try to advise not to attach those emotions to the property, but the seller, depending on their situation, might have lived there for a long time and they have a large emotional connection attached to that property. So if you can understand their situation and recognize that through a personal letter and make it more genuine and tell them why you love the house so much, that goes a long way to the seller and has a huge advantage, especially in competitive market situations. Step number 6, and that is the home inspection, ensuring that there are no issues with the property, focusing on the structural integrity, the roof, the plumbing, the electrical, the foundation, everything you want to make sure is all good to go. Step number 7 would be to finalize your finances. Depending on if you're going to be paying cash or a mortgage, cash, you don't really have to worry about it because you got cash to pay, but if it's a mortgage, you're going to be having to get that a final approval from the bank. They might have to get an appraisal done on the property and they're going to have to do their whole underwriting process. So you're going to be expected to submit those documents quickly, and your real estate agent should also be able to help you with this process. And step number 8, that's to close on the deal. So once all the contingencies are approved and your financing is good, the house is in good shape or whatever shape that you're willing to buy it in, then you get to now go through the final stages of removing conditions, setting up your home insurance, making sure all the utilities are transferred in your name, meeting up with a lawyer to transfer title in your name and take possession on the possession day. So here are some common pitfalls to avoid. Skipping over that pre-approval process. Like I said before, it's crucially important because you risk falling in love with a property that you can't afford. And that's happened multiple times where people shop for properties and they realize that they're approved for less. So make sure you get pre-approved first. Another pitfall that a lot of people avoid is just overlooking the hidden costs that it comes to owning a property. There's lots of factors like the property taxes that you have to pay, the ongoing maintenance, the utilities, the legal fees to close on the deal, the moving costs to move all your stuff. There's a lot of factors at play and people don't realize all the expenses that add up when they purchase a house. Another pitfall is letting your emotions dictate your decision. And yes, I understand if it's your dream forever home, you are in love with that property, it's tough to not let those emotions dictate your decision. Staying focused on your must-haves, why you're looking to buy that specific property, and try not to overpay, talking to your real estate agent to know the true value of that home, what's happening in the market, where it's trajected to go, and making sure that you make the right decision. Another big pitfall is not doing any due diligence. Some people just want to buy the house because they love it and they think everything is good, and oftentimes people don't do all the proper due diligence that they have to do. Example, there was a client that I was working with and they bought a house privately and they didn't do all their due diligence, and they didn't even have a real estate agent to advise them on all the due diligence that they could or should do, and they purchased it without all the permits being closed off, and the property that they built was from the builder and they still didn't get all the final building permits approved, and when they tried to sell it in the future, they had no idea and they had to go through all that cost and time to close off on the permits to sell the property again. So some tips to smoothen out the process are really to communicate with your real estate agent, keep them updated on your preferences and concerns, and make sure that there's a good source of communication so they know where your head's at and you know what you're trying to achieve, and that your real estate agent is helping you achieve that. Stay organized as well throughout the process. Use a folder or digital tracker to keep track of all your documents and correspondence in one place. Ask questions as well. If you're unsure about anything, then just ask your real estate agent, your mortgage broker, or your lawyer so you know that you're making the right decision. And lastly, be patient. This is a big decision and it's going to impact your future financially, emotionally, physically in the long term, 5 to 10 years, depending on how long you live in the place. So don't rush the process. It's a massive decision. So make sure it's the right decision for you and you're confident moving forward. I know this whole home buying process can be very overwhelming at first, but with the right guidance, preparation, and mindset, it can be one of the most rewarding experiences of your life. I truly mean that. So by following these steps and avoiding common pitfalls, you'll be well on your way to finding your dream home and enjoying the journey along the way. So if you're ready to start your home buying journey, I'd love to help however I can. Every week, I help buyers just like you go through this process, having a meeting, understanding their goals and aspirations, timeline, everything, and making you feel confident every step of the way. Feel free to reach out to me. My contact details are below in the video description, and I'd be more than happy to connect with you and help you with obtaining that dream home that you're looking for.